beautiful evening for baseball here on the North Coast as the Cleveland Guardians try to get back to their winning ways against the Detroit Tigers. It's game 2 of their 3-game divisional series. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Andre Knott will be along shortly. All right, hold on a second there. Let's just all take a deep breath. Let's relax. Last year, after 35 games, the Guardians were 16-19. They had scored 2 runs or less 14 times. They are exactly where they were a year ago on this day today. Now, having said that, they got to figure out a way to beat the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers are hitting .233 as a team and .294 in 4 games against Cleveland.
They're playing inspiring baseball. As a matter of fact, they have a payback for Cleveland because they've won 3 out of the first 4 games this year. And a couple of guys that are doing the damage is Riley Green, their center fielder, and a former Indian that, I mean, he had 4 hits last week. He had 3 last night. And they just continue to go. These 2 guys have played well, but the whole team has played well. Green has hit 11 of the last 12. You can see a .350 average, and he's raised his batting average to about .270. Eric Haas on a 7-game hitting streak. Even if you go out a little bit more, in his last 23 games, he's hit .350. So they're not the only 2 hitting, but they're having a lot of fun right now, and they've done some damage against the Guardians.
That's our Liberty Mutual field coverage. So far this year, the Guardians are 9-9 after a loss. They have the right man on the mound tonight in Shane Bieber.
Well, Shane Bieber has always been that one guy, that your stopper, your ace, and he's done a good job. 26-13 in his career after a loss. So when you see that at .292, he's got his best ERA against the Tigers of any team in the Central Division. So he's 8-4. He'll be making his 13th start against them. They need a win right here, and then you got one more to follow. Like we said before, you got to try to win the series, but you got to score more than 3 runs. They haven't done that against Detroit yet this year.
That's our Indeed player resume. This will only be Shane Bieber's 2nd start this year following a Guardians loss. They lost his last one, the one you just saw there in New York, a game in extra innings. We'll be back with tonight's first pitch. We'll check in with Al Ellis and hear from Andre Knott coming up next. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealer. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And DHL Supply Chain, now hiring for a wide range of salaried managerial and operational roles. Apply today at joindhl.com.
Second game in this 3-game series as Cleveland looks to even it up at a game apiece. Welcome back to right center field alongside Ellis Burke. Sal Pulowski with you. Jose Ramirez. Ellis has got 4 homers this year, 2 against the Tigers. And if you look at his career numbers, he's got a whole bunch against Detroit. He sees Detroit Tigers pitching, and he excels.
And that's what you have to do. You just want to continue the trend. That's exactly what he's been doing his whole career against the Tigers. Let's continue tonight. He's already done it a couple of times already this year. Keep it going.
Now, Jose Ramirez, with that home run last night, 410 feet. You saw their exit velo of 105 plus. We'll see what Jose does tonight against Michael Lorenzen and Detroit. Andre Knott joins us, and let's see, Andre, if Cleveland can even up this series.
Yes, it's time to even up the series, and it's time to play some consistent baseball for this ball club. And when you think about Sandy Alomar, you know he's grown up in the game of baseball from a young child into a very impressive career as not only a player but a coach. And the conversation we had about where this team is at right now, to Sandy, it's not about the physical. It's about what's going on up here with the players.
You prepare yourself physically, you prepare yourself, you have you eat good, you train, but the mental aspect of the game is the one that's going to separate the good one from the average player. And that's the part that we have to, as players, invest more. It's just the preparation part of the game. That way your mind's ready to go. Because you can be as ready as you can in boxing. And if you don't have a good plan, I don't care how good you are, you're going to get beat up.
Yeah, you get knocked out.
So here's the same way. Here's the same way. You prepare yourself and you go out there and you got to just respect that position. They're going to do the same thing, but at the end of the day, it's like the guy that persevere are the guy that prepare mentally better than others.
I know you guys prepare mentally, and I'll get everybody mentally prepared for this. On July 8th, you can get the bucket hat that he had on his head, as it'll be the Jose Ramirez giveaway. It's reversible. You don't have to wear it on the red side, but on the blue side as well. But really, guys, it comes down to these guys focusing in on what they've talked about during batting practice and during everything else. It's time for this team to mentally prepare itself and go out and do it when the game starts.
When you're in a point in the season like they are right now, scuffling, mental toughness is what gets you through. Because if you're not mentally strong, the first sign of trouble, everybody circles the drain.
Well, we've shown weaknesses, and teams have jumped on it, and they can tell. Teams can tell when you're vulnerable. And July 8th, Gilligan, I'm going to get me one of those hats down there. He's not listening. All right, let's look at Shane Bieber. He's going to be our starting pitcher today. Brought to you by Chevrolet, making his 8th start. Coming off a start against the Yankees where he pitched very well. 8 innings, 5 hits, a couple of runs. Did not get the decision in that game, but pitched very well, and hopefully they can get him a few runs and get him rolling. He's had a very good career to this point against Detroit. So put some zeros on the board and let's go get him.
Here's the starting 9 for A.J. Hinch and the Tigers, brought to you by Progressive. Zach McKinstry once again leads it off. Riley Green in the 2-hole. Javier Baez will bat third. Nick Maton, the DH, hitting cleanup. Then it's Spencer Torkelson, followed by Akil Baddoo. We'll change up in the order tonight. Matt Vierling gets the start in right field. He'll bat 7th. Andy Ibanez is 8th, and Jake Rogers will catch in bat 9th.
Defensively for the Guards, it looks like this. Brought to you by Rally House. Quan is in left, Straw in center, Brennan over in right. On the infield will be Ramirez and Rosario on the left side, Jimenez and Naylor on the right side, Cam Gallagher doing the catching tonight.
The umpires tonight, Jerry Lane, the crew chief, has the plate. Adam Hammery is at first base. Vic Carapazza is at second, and over third, Nick Marley. 60 degrees, our game time temperature. Blue skies overhead, a light breeze blowing in from center field. Might knock the ball down tonight. We shall see. Zach McKinstry ready to lead it off for Detroit. Tigers have won 6 out of their last 7. They have moved a half game in front of Cleveland in the AL Central Division standings, and Shane Bieber's first pitch is a fastball strike.
I like that. That first one on the inside part of the plate, not away. Checking to see if these guys are going to be aggressive early.
Comes right back, and it's 0-2. Tigers 2.5 back of front-running Minnesota. Guardians in third place, 3 games off the pace. The 0-2 to McKinstry. And a weak tapper towards second base. Jimenez throws it out, 1 down. Our storylines are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Shane Bieber brings good career numbers into this game against the Tigers. And for the Guardians offense, boy, we saw a lot of fastballs either fouled back or swung through last night. So that'll be something that they have to try and take advantage of.
Yeah, hit the heater.
There's a fastball strike to Riley Green. Green was 2 for 4 last night with 2 runs batted in for the Tigers. Just off the plate. Over his last 12 games, Riley Green has piled up 17 hits to the tune of a .354 average.
Now, this guy last night hit a bunch of curveballs or breaking pitches and hit them hard last night. And he's off to a good start against the Guardians this year. He beat them one time in Detroit, that 1-0 ball game. He hit the home run in it.
A.J. Hinch was pleased with the way the Tigers approached the game last night from a standpoint of they didn't chase. They took their walks, and that's something that they don't do a lot. They average fewer than 3 walks per 9 innings, and they walked 6 times last night. Fouled back.
Yeah, you talked about a control the strike zone, and you know what, they did. And when they swung the bat, they didn't miss it, and they hit it hard all night long. Even their outs were hit pretty firm.
Shane Bieber on the attack, and the 2-2 to Green is a little low. Full count. The 3-2. Again, it's fouled away, and Green putting up a very good at bat.
That can show you he's just trying to foul off pitches until he can get one he likes, and that's good for a young hitter. He didn't try to put it in play, and that was a good pitch by Beebs, and he just fouled it off to stay alive. So he's making him work here.
9th pitch of the at bat.
Look at that. That's a terrific at bat.
Got the slider and smacked it into center field with 1 out here in the first.
This kid's a good breaking ball hitter. He's proved it in this series, and a good at bat. That's that little breaking ball slider, but it had middle of the plate, didn't get it in, and he goes down and hits it well. Head right down in there, taking it right back up the middle.
Now Javier Baez with a 5-game hitting streak in tow.
See if they try to play the running game like they did yesterday. They're not a big base stealing team, but they will take off given the opportunity. And Green got one last night. He's stolen 4 and hasn't been caught yet.
Baez went fishing. It's 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. Green not running on the 1-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Gallagher holds on to the foul tip. 2 down. Shane Bieber with his 31st strikeout.
That's
of the year.
Good job. You know, a lot of times on these foul tips, it's not the catchers that you can hang in, but that one went right into the webbing and stuck. A lot of times you'll see it hit on the the padding around the thumb area and bounce out. That one he kept, and he gets the strikeout.
Now Nick Maton. Maton checked on a ball that's in the strike zone. 0-1. Maton 1 for 4 last night. Had a double and a run batted in. But that's just his 3rd hit in his last 7 games. He was late, and it's 0-2.
A lot of teams, off Bieber, they sit on the slider. Here's a changeup, and that's what he will use against the left-handers, and that's a great pitch. And they like to stack that lineup with left-handers if they can.
There goes the runner on the 0-2 pitch. It's in the dirt,
and that's the pitch you run on. They had a feeling he's going to go for the punch out with his slider, and there's nothing that Gallagher could do. He just caught the ball. You can't throw it because you can see the big jump. So give him a stolen base. Number 5 for Green.
He tried to hold up, but he went around, and that ends the inning. A couple of Ks for Shane Bieber. No runs, a hit, 1 left. The Guardians are coming to bat.
He will be the Chevrolet pitcher for the Tigers. He's 1-1 with a 5.14. He's coming off that. His last start was a win against the Mets. He pitched well, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run allowed.
Terry Francona starting lineup brought to you by Progressive. Kwan, Rosario, Ramirez, Naylor, Bell, Jimenez, Straw, Brennan, and Gallagher. Michael Lorenzen with a fastball strike to Stephen Kwan, who was 1 for 4 last night with a double and a run scored. That came in the 1st inning. Kwan has hit in each of his last 3 games. And that one's blooped down the left field line. Fair ball off the sidewall. Baddoo can't come up with it cleanly, and Kwan is easily into second base with another leadoff double.
Yeah, he did that last night, except he pulled it last night. This time he goes the other way and flares it down the line, and it stayed fair. It was a breaking ball. Right down the middle of the plate, you see him inside out it, and it falls in.
Matt, this is a stat that you would think would make the Guardians offense one of the best in baseball. Kwan came into the night hitting .419 in his first at bat in the game, 13 of 31.
And a base hit into right field by Rosario. Kwan will stop at third. So just like last night, they've got him at the corners with nobody out.
Deja vu all over again.
All right, Yogi.
Yogi's up there. And I heard you, Gilligan.
There's the breaking ball. So both hits have come on the breaking ball to this point. And it was Rosario going the other way. A good job. He was trying to get him over, and he didn't get him in. He just hit the hole too hard. But same scenario, except tonight, Jose's hitting left-handed.
Yes, and last night, I know that DeMarlo Hale felt like when he hit into the double play, it took some of the starch out of the offense because they wanted the big hit from Jose, and he had to tell him, Jose cannot take care of everything for us. We've got to pick him up every once in a while.
He's got a 7-game hitting streak coming in. And Lorenzen misses ball 1 to even the count. Over his last 14 games, Jose's hit .321. So he's more than done his part. Crushed foul. Up and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 is swung on and fouled into the dirt, so he stays alive. Last night, they had opportunities to score, to cut into the lead. Josh Bell said afterwards, yeah, we had chances, but we couldn't take advantage. And it's a tough game for a reason. But Terry Francona said, you know, sure, it can be frustrating, but the choices are dig in and see if you can get better or get frustrated. In other words, give in. This team can't afford to do that. And it's good to see him come out with a couple of hits to start the game, and now Ramirez will get a run home, I do believe. Riley Green sets up, makes the catch. Here comes Kwan. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is safe. And Cleveland leads it 1-0. Jose with RBI number 20 on the year.
It'll be the 12th sacrifice fly on the year by the Guardians to take the 1-0 lead. That away, get him in anyway, anyhow.
When I said that Jose Ramirez has more than done his part, that's his 9th go-ahead run batted in this year. That's tied for the most in the league with Randy Arozarena of the red-hot Tampa Bay Rays. So when your perennial MVP candidate gets into those situations, yeah, every once in a while, Rick, he's going to hit into a double play. It's not going to always go his way, but more times than not, he delivers.
Well, everybody has to deliver in this lineup. It's a team that doesn't hit the long ball, and they get a lot of singles, so it takes a lot of work to get to score some runs.
Right field, Matt Vierling will make the catch. Naylor is out number 2.
Let's check that Tigers defense now that we have an opportunity. Brought to you by Rally House. In the outfield, Baddoo is in left, Green in center. Vierling gets the start in right. On the infield, Ibanez plays at third. Baez is shortstop. McKinstry is at second. Torkelson at first, and Rogers behind the plate.
Matt, you may have brought this up last night, but when we watched the Tigers, look at where their right fielder plays. This might be the most off the line.
Yeah. And a one didn't even hit the dirt. A line drive to McKinstry ends the inning. But the Guardians come out swinging with back-to-back hits. Juan and Rosario set it up. Ramirez drives them home, and it's 1-0 Cleveland. Second inning, Spencer Torkelson leads off for Detroit. And Shane Bieber with a fastball strike. Torkelson in his last 6 games, 8 for 24, including 3 doubles, a homer, and 5 runs batted in. Two balls and 2 strikes. And a lazy pop into foul territory. Josh Naylor, 1 away. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. His first 5 starts compared to his last 2.
Yeah, watch the heater. I mean, because people are starting to sit on the spin with him, and he's getting that 4-seamer where, you know, they haven't hit much because they're looking for the off-speed pitch, and that fastball has been more effective, even though people, you know, they say the velocity's down, but that's a way to combat that.
You're always constantly adjusting in this game.
Right. You know, everybody talks about velo, velo, velo. Even when you lose it, maybe your off-speed pitches could be a little slower too at times.
I love that he still put up the changeup numbers on there. Remember when he worked on that like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Line drive, base hit left field for Akil Baddoo.
Worked on it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and he came back and he said, hey, I'm going to really use this changeup. It's never been above like 4%, but he likes having it to keep it in the mind.
Well, he only uses it to left-handers. He doesn't throw it to right-handers. So you know what? If they load the lineup up, he's going to need that pitch. So you got to keep it in your back pocket.
That is only the 2nd hit this year for Akil Baddoo against Cleveland pitching. But he's aboard with 1 out now for Matt Vierling. Vierling came to Detroit from Philadelphia along with Nick Maton in exchange for Gregory Soto, their former closer, and Cody Clemens. And that's a base hit into center field for Vierling. And the Tigers with back-to-back 1-out singles here in the 2nd inning. Hyundai in the driver's seat. Andy Ibanez has only played 8 games against the Cleveland Guardians. But he's
Thank goodness.
13 hits.
Yeah. He had 3 of them last night, and the out he made was probably one of the harder ones he hit. That double play, you know, when the guy was running.
Well, he's basically hit himself into the lineup. He was just about.
I'll tell you what, if he swings it like he did last night, and the way he has been, he's going to be in that lineup every day.
He started his season with Detroit, went 0 for 10. A.J. Hinch said they were a little worried about him, and you saw the numbers he's put up. Now he's 9 for 17 in his last 6 games, and to the point where he's in the lineup every single day because of it.
Well, you hit, they'll find you, and they'll find you a way to put you in the lineup.
And remember how you said last night he was from Texas, and you remembered him for that? You know, just a few years ago, he hit 20 home runs in a Double-A season for Texas in Double-A, so he has some pop in that bat.
Texas usually has some guys that can swing it. I know he's a little older than a lot, but like you say, they're playing him all over. He's playing third base tonight. He played second. He can play the outfield corner positions, or at least they'll use him there. He'll hit his way in.
Yeah, it's nice to have a guy who's 30 years old, so he's got experience. Maybe not a ton of big league experience, but he knows his role. And he's eager to come to the park every day and, hey, coach, wherever you put me, I'm good.
The only thing that goes against him, he wasn't drafted by this team, so they're going to try and work their younger players in if they have anything that's comparable.
Jose.
That just ate him up right there. There's nothing he could do. That ball was smoked. That was a tweener.
Loaded, 1 out.
Yeah, that's a do or die. You either catch it, and you might have a chance for a double play, but once he couldn't catch it, he wasn't going to get anybody. But that ball was hit hard. That was 95 coming off the bat.
The scoreboard initially put up a hit. Now it's an error on Jose. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Jake Rogers to the plate.
It was the bottom part of their lineup that really set the table last night, and they're trying to do it again for the 2nd consecutive day.
Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Bieber strikes him out. So first time through the order, Shane has 3 strikeouts, but the Tigers have 3 hits and a disputed hit for an error. So they've got 4 base runners first time through the order. Rick, I said to you in the open, they're batting .233 as a team, but .294 coming in against Cleveland. Are you seeing anything that they've done particularly well that has enabled them to have this kind of success?
Staying in the strike zone. That one he did not. Rogers didn't. But like you said, those guys took their walks last night, and they've been hitting it with authority. When we were in Detroit, it was cold and there was low score. I don't take it out of that, but they've been playing some pretty solid baseball, and offensively they've been averaging over 5.5 runs a game. So for the last 6 or 7 games, they're feeling good about themselves, and they've got payback. They love to beat the Guardians. They were 9-10 against us last year.
That is deep to right field. Back is Brennan onto the warning track and pulls it down. Detroit leaves them loaded, and Bieber gets out of trouble.
Season game live or on demand. Plus, new this year, you can stream all minor league baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB TV for the details.
Michael Lorenzen's fastball up and away to Andres Jimenez. 1 for 4 last night.
Wow, way out in front of the changeup. He had the 2-0 fastball that he took, and I don't mind that when the hitter's having a tough time. You go ahead and see what he's going to throw, and then he comes right back with the changeup, and he had him out in front.
Back out of play. Going the other way, but it slices foul. he struck him out with the changeup. First K for Michael Lorenzen, 1 down.
Michael Lorenzen in his pitch arsenal, the fastball about 46% of the time, and that changeup, that's where the strikeout just came from. He'll throw a little slider. Every pitcher has 7 pitches now.
Yeah, come on.
Especially on pitch strikes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see it in the batter's box.
Tell him. I asked Tito about Michael Lorenzen because we all remember him with the Reds, where he would go out and play center field. He was a reliever. He said he's a great athlete. He goes, the guy we'll see this weekend at DH, and he's an exceptional athlete.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah, he goes, but to be able to do it,
planet.
Yeah, but he said to do what Lorenzen's doing, it's a little different. There's not many guys that can do that on this level.
Well, he started it, with the Angels last year.
Yes, he did.
That's where he started for the year, and he didn't pitch poorly with them. 18 games he started, went 8-6.
Had to deal with an injury bug, but he is a great athlete. It's unbelievable that he's gone from what he was doing in Cincinnati to what he's doing now.
Fastball fouled away by Myles Straw. Straw has reached base in 23 of his 34 games on the year. Last night he walked, was 0 for 3 with a walk. And a bouncing ball to short. Baez almost took too much time. And Straw made it a bang-bang play, but there are now 2 down.
Well, he's been struggling a little bit with his throwing and stuff like that. He wanted to make sure he caught the ball. Looked like he was looking to see for Manfred's autograph on it before he threw it over.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And then fired a heater across to first.
He was inspecting the ball for a second.
Look at that. But he's got a cannon.
But
he can get it over there.
But you just said it. He knows he's made a couple errors, right? And I think it's 5 in the last 4 days.
Well, he's just got to, maybe that's why he took that extra second, make sure he grip it right and just let it go, not think about it.
What if there wasn't Manfred's name on it?
Then we've got a problem. 1-0 Guardians on top. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Adam leaning, and they go 1-2-3. 1-0 Cleveland through 2. Shane Bieber in his career against divisional foes, 29-9 with a .281 earned run average. Riley Green leads off the 3rd for Detroit. He singled, stole a base, but was stranded at 2nd in the 1st inning. Up a great at bat. Riley Green is one of only 2 Tigers players on the current roster that has not appeared as a pinch hitter. And I bring that up because that's how A.J. Hinch is managing, by using everybody on the roster. And, even the veterans like Miguel Cabrera and 11-year veteran Jonathan Scope. These guys are talking, and they're spreading the gospel among the younger players that, hey, if you're not in the lineup, be ready, be prepared, because your name is going to get called. In fact, it's gotten to the point where A.J. Hinch, he said, it's unusual now if I don't use everybody in a ball game, because they're looking at matchups, and he said it's not an indictment on the guy that comes out of the game,
right?
More an assessment of, hey, this guy gives us, I like the matchup better. So everybody's kind of involved, and and they're feeding off of that.
They should. They're trying to. You have to stay ready, and you're trying to win that game that day. You're not looking ahead to anything. And that's I like that attitude. And they're rebuilding, so they are looking at everybody.
Arch, think about this. The Tigers have used the pinch hitters that they have used this year. They're up almost twice as many pinch hitters used per game this year than they used a year ago, and almost 3 times as many as they used 2 years ago per game.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, the proof's in the pudding that, and A.J. Hinch said, like, we're not doing this on them. I'm not just over there going, hey, you know what, I think I'll pinch hit here. It's all strategy, and I'm sure there's a lot of statistical analysis that goes into it behind the scenes, but
they were trying 2 years ago to try and find everyday players. They were just throwing guys out there and leaving them. Candelario, and you see him, you know, he's in Washington, and guys that are there. Then they signed Baez, so you know he's going to be your shortstop. They had Scope over there for a couple of years, and he's about finished now because he's not playing a whole lot anymore. So yeah, I mean, they're rebuilding, and that's part of the process. It takes a while.
Broke the bat. It goes to Naylor, and Jimenez got the force on the lead runner Green. And Baez reaches on the fielder's choice, and now they'll have to pick up shards of his bat all over the infield.
Tell you what, that ball sailed coming out of the hand of Naylor. He's already stayed on the bag, but that thing it was close. And that ball coming off the end of the bat, that was way outside. See, he's going to swing, and that barrel just comes out.
Watch Jimenez just keep his foot on the bag.
I mean, that throw was wild. You're not going to turn 2, so you just got to make sure you make a good throw, but they get the force out.
1 on, 1 out for Nick Maton. You know, when you employ that kind of a strategy as a team, you have to be a good communicator, and I'm sure we're not around A.J. Hinch like we are Tito, but I'm sure he's a good communicator. And I love this quote. He says, look, the players don't have to love it, but I do think they have to be good teammates about it. And he says from everything he's seen, they're rooting for each other, and everybody's paddling in the same direction.
Well, that's what you have to do. I mean, when you're family in there, you're working 6 months, playing 162 games together. You have to play together, enjoy each other. You don't have to like it, but I mean, you got to work your way through it.
Swing and a miss. Tell you, Rick, you don't see many teams at all go with a set lineup anymore. It seems like every team is tweaking that lineup on a fairly regular basis.
Everybody's playing all over the place as well. A couple of positions.
Struck him out. Number 4 for Shane Bieber. That was pretty filthy. That's the curveball, and this had some good downward movement.
Yeah, down and in, and I mean, he found his spots, and he couldn't handle any of those. That was a good job of working him over by Shane Bieber. Gets the second out. Shane so far 8 counts of 0-2 and 1-2 to this point, and that's his key. That's how you expand strike zones. That's how you get, you know, they say control the strike zone. Well, there you'll see when you get ahead of hitters and you got a breaking ball like Bieber does, it's pretty tough as a hitter.
It's hard to control the strike zone for the hitter.
It really is. You have to expand your zone because his breaking stuff's just too good.
What happens a lot of times that we've seen over the years, and you're usually quick to point it out, if a guy comes out and he's got good command, teams will get aggressive. They'll look for anything that they can hit early in the count and get after it, because if he's got his command, you don't want to fool around and try to go deep in the count.
No, not with any good pitcher, because you know what, you're limited. He can put you away. He has more than one option to put you away as a pitcher.
Runner goes. Pitches upstairs. Gallagher's throw is a little high, and Javier Baez with his 3rd stolen base of the year, 2nd of the night for Detroit.
Well, they pick a good pitch. It's a 1-1 count. A lot of times you see him peek back in to see what happened, but he steals it easily. Bieber he's a little above average when it comes to holding runners over there at first base. But they did this back in the first inning, try and get yourself in scoring position. So a base hit will score. And Bieber says, I'll just have to take care of the hitter.
Torkelson shoots it into right field. They're going to wave Baez home. Brennan's throw to the plate. It's in time, and they got him. Baez adamant about wanting the Tigers to challenge, and they will. The throw clearly beat him. The only question is, did Baez somehow get his hand in there before the tag was applied?
He may have been saying, I touched the back part of the plate, but we may not see that here. You see where it came in?
Boy,
his legs in the way. Yeah, I think he did. You see, he pulls that left arm out. Now, did he get the left arm before?
I don't think he got the plate, Arch.
He may not have. You're right. It's close.
I think that finger came up just short.
Detroit is challenging blocking of the plate.
Blocking of the plate. He wasn't even nowhere near the plate to block it. He was way out in fair territory. You can't block the plate that way.
I don't think he touches the plate.
Watch where he's out in front. Watch where Gallagher is. He's
this is exactly where he wants to be.
You get that's maybe too far out. See how far he's got to reach just to try and get him? And I agree with you. He may not have touched it.
I think this is going to hold up. Rick, I guess I'm looking at the plate so closely. Did Gallagher set up there because of the throw? Did he have to get out there to get the throw?
Normally when you come from right field, you got to go out there because you can't wait back. So and then you're going to have to reach back. But he could have been 6 inches farther back. And when he said blocking of the plate, he didn't block the plate. He had plenty of lane to slide.
I don't think Baez ever actually touches home plate.
Look at everybody. Look at the group of guys at second base. They're all watching it from two teams.
Yeah, he's way out. Get that throw.
Yes, and he comes back to make the tag, and the throw beat him, like you said. And Baez saying, "No, I got my hand in." But you know, it's tough to listen to players because it's an emotional thing. And he was called out, so is there enough evidence to turn it over to see that finger touched the plate? I don't know.
And boy, it looks like he's maybe a half an inch short of touching the plate. It just didn't look like the finger actually touches home plate.
After review, the call is confirmed. There was no blocking of the plate. Detroit loses their challenge.
So Torkelson with a base hit to right field, but Will Brennan throws out Javier Baez to end the inning, and it's still 1-0 Cleveland. Check out the FanDuel same game parlay. Andres Gimenez with a hit. Josh Bell with a hit. Oh no, Andres Gimenez with a home run. They're going big. That's a plus 750 deal right there. Josh Bell with a hit, and Shane Bieber, they're going under the strikeout total. He's already at 4. Cam Gallagher, you make a great play defensively, you get the lead off. And normally in that instance, all the focus, all the credit goes to the outfielder. And Will Brennan did make a fantastic throw. But it took an athletic play from Gallagher to catch it and then leap all the way across the plate to tag out Baez and end that inning.
Yeah, that's the toughest play for a catcher, I believe, when it's coming from right field because you don't see the runner and where his angle is coming. You got to concentrate on catching that ball and then go back to get him. Toughest play to make for a catcher.
Hit off of his foot. No balls, 2 strikes. Tom Bochenek would like you to know that was Will Brennan's 4th outfield assist, which leads the club. Don't run on Will Chill. Right back up the middle and behind the bag. McKinstry. Oh, he pulled him off. No. Adam Hammer, he said he held the bag before he came off. So that's the first out of the inning. But
that's called flopping right there. He had to try and catch that ball. I mean, McKinstry had time because you've got the catcher running, but he threw it quickly. He's going to pull him off, or at least it looked that way. But you see, he's using the bag. That toe did stay on the corner of the base. So he almost pushed off to catch that ball. So by the time that ball was in the glove, and that was a good call.
Just barely kept the toe on.
That was a good call.
And so a nice defensive play by Torkelson to save McKinstry. Now here's Stephen Kwan. You know, A.J. Hinch gave us a little insight into what he thinks about this Cleveland ball club and in particular the lineup. Remember last night when he went to his closer with 2 outs in the 9th inning?
Yes.
And we were like, I wonder why he would do this now. It's not a save situation. It was still a 4-run game. He said afterwards, he goes, you know what? The last thing I wanted to see was Kwan, Rosario, and Ramirez. I wanted to try and end the game. And of course, he comes in and walks the first guy he faces.
Right.
But
that's true.
Gives you an idea of the kind of respect he has for
the top of the lineup.
Yeah.
You're a little bitter about that walk, weren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Zinker does.
Some guys get all the breaks. Ahmed Rosario, a base hit in the first inning, shot it through the right side of the infield just as he did last night. Rosario now 14 hits at home, 13 hits on the road with that leadoff single, or that single in the first inning, following the leadoff double by Stephen Kwan. And now Ahmed is 2 for 2. Don't look now. It's May the 9th. And Ahmed Rosario has 2 hits in the ballgame. And we'll take a look at our Spectrum mobile replay.
Second straight night that these two guys did the same thing to start the game, a double and a single to get them over. And they get him in on a sacrifice fly. And that's the only run in the ball game to this point.
Well, that's interesting. Back-to-back changeups to start the at-bat.
Well, they know how Jose can hit the fastball. They want to see how aggressive, but that wasn't close enough for him to try and take a swing. He threw him, I think, back-to-back changeups in his first at-bat. And comes back with another one. See, when he gets that pitch out there, his same arm speed, it looks like it's going to be a fastball, and maybe that's why he's grunting so much.
Yeah.
You can hear him all the way up here. But he tries to put you away with that changeup and the breaking ball. Shows the fastball.
Jose does have 6 walks in his last 11 games, but we know he's up there to swing.
Yeah, well, he may sit on a changeup here.
I was just going to say, you know, he's not sitting on a fastball.
No, exactly. He's going to sit on a changeup, I think, because
I think that's the fun part of watching Jose and knowing what we know about him.
Yeah, he knows. Yes, he knows everything.
You're not fooling him by throwing back-to-back changeups.
Well, he'll sit on it, and then you take the fastball. But with 2 strikes, you still have to react. There's the fastball he got by him, so maybe he was sitting on that changeup.
Second strikeout for Lorenzen after 3 innings of play. It's Cleveland 1, Detroit nothing.
23 season ticket memberships now begin with just 15 games and are on a sale for just a few more days. All plans feature discounted tickets and a flexible exchange program. 216-420-HITS or visit CLEGuardians.com.
Akil Baddoo, a base hit to left field, his first time up tonight.
Yeah, he got that second inning rolling. He had 2 guys after him reached as well.
Akil Baddoo asks for timeout. And how about Akil Baddoo? He's 2 for 2 as he leads off the 4th with the 5th hit of the game now for Detroit. I'm sorry, I guess that's the 4th hit. No, that's the 5th hit, right?
Yeah. Here's Will Brennan, his throw coming in from right field. Beautiful throw, beat him at home plate. Comes back and makes a tag. Well done.
Fastball strike to Matt Vierling, who singled to center his first time up. Snapped an 0 for 11 with that base hit in the second inning. And the count 1-2. Akil Baddoo was caught stealing last night for the first time this year on one of the craziest outs I think you'll ever see.
No doubt. And you know what I saw? Jimenez said he thought he caught the ball. He didn't realize it ricocheted up and and it went into his glove. It was we didn't realize it until we saw the replay.
Think about it. Andres was in front of the play reaching back, so he probably never saw it. It just ricocheted perfectly right into his glove. The 1-2 is just a bit low. No, strike 3.
Joe Brinkman at his finest.
5-second delay. Jerry Lane behind the plate tonight. All right, take another look at this. This was last night.
Yeah, I mean, you'd never realize that Jimenez caught the ball, but it went right into his glove, and he ended up tagging him. He slid right into it, and it ended up going as a caught stealing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him run at some point in time in this at bat.
They may tell him to. I don't know if he wants to.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm going to tell him to dive head first this time. Don't worry about it. Don't go in feet first.
You always tell guys, you got to go feet first, except you, Akil. You can go the other way.
Just turn your back.
Slide on your other cheek.
Slide the other way,
yeah.
He was very respectful after the game and said the ball hit me in a very sensitive area.
Well said.
He needed some time to catch his breath after that one. Again, I don't know. You may never see that again. The 1-0 in the air. Straw still going back and makes the catch just shy of the warning track. Baddoo tags and does get into second base.
That's good hustle. Now he doesn't have to steal it.
Did you think that was going to carry as far as it did?
I just said that guy has got some pop in his bat. That's right center field. I mean, he got under it and hit it well. He knows it's not going to go out, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty darn close. It's out on the track, and that was smart. And Straw does a great job. There's probably none better in getting ready. He knows guys tag up on him, but throw was a little offline, so now he's in scoring position.
Jake Rogers struck out his only time up in the second.
He was overmatched with the breaking ball away.
Rosario throws him out. Leadoff single, dies at second. Midway through the 4th, 1-0 Cleveland. Cleveland Guardians baseball brought to you by Spectrum One. Visit spectrum.com for details. 1-0 Guardians on top. Bottom of the fourth, Josh Naylor will lead it off. Michael Lorenzen delivers a fastball strike. Guardians scored a run in the first. Back-to-back hits and a sacrifice fly got Stephen Kwan home. It's the only run of the game thus far. In the air, left field, back goes Baddoo onto the track, and just before he reached the wall, makes the catch for out number 1. And a word now from Ford.
Did you know? Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks for 46 years in a row. See your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer today.
Big Josh Bell swings through it. Slider lined out to the second baseman to end the first inning. Bell has hit in each of his last 3 games coming in. He was 5 for his last 11. And the 1-1 is down low with the fastball.
Matt, you mentioned some of the comments Josh Bell made after the game last night about frustration and not getting frustrated. And the one thing he said to me last night that stuck out, he says, I look around this room. He goes, it'd be different if we were getting beat 10-2. He goes, but there's too much talent in this clubhouse for us to sit here and worry about not being able to do this. He goes, there's too much talent. He goes, and I'm trying to tell these young guys, just keep working and keep playing the way you're supposed to. We're going to come out of this. Don't get down on what the situation is. Look what you can do tomorrow and erase tonight.
Swing and a miss. Powered to fastball by him. Third strikeout for Lorenzen. 2 down here in the fourth. Well, you know, Andre, as I said at the top of the show, I mean, everybody's looking at this ball club right now because of what they did last year. It's different. Expectations are higher for this club. But the fact remains that after 35 games a year ago, they had the exact same record. They had scored 2 runs or less the exact same number of times, 14 times in the first 35 games. The offense was slow to get started a year ago. We forget that, though. We have selective memory sometimes.
Well, you forget about April when everything went so well after April and May last year. And for him, he's like, I'm the new guy here. He goes, there's a reason why I came here. He goes, I looked around and he goes, I wanted to play with Jose Ramirez. I wanted to play with Jimenez. He goes, these guys can play. He goes, I know. I've seen the scouting reports on the other side. We're going to score runs.
But when you're in the barrel and you're going through it, it can be testing. It can be trying. Jimenez with a weak bouncer to short. And they go 1-2-3. And after 4, it remains 1-0 Cleveland. Top of the order for the Tigers. Here in inning number 5, Zach McKinstry, Riley Green, Javier Baez. Shane Bieber's fastball misses upstairs, ball 1.
Going through the lineup now for the 3rd time. They have 5 hits tonight.
Jimenez bobbled, recovers, throws, and McKinstry beat it out.
Yeah, that little bobble cost him. He got down the line pretty well. Had the range to his right. So that'll be, there it is. He didn't catch it cleanly. An error on Jimenez. That doesn't happen often.
second error of the night for the Guardians. And Riley Green pulls it off.
Green has been on twice tonight. Single in his first at bat, stole a base in the first and walked in the third to lead off the third inning. So this guy has been on quite a roll. And now Bieber ahead in the count. 10 times he's had 0-2, 1-2 counts on the hitters tonight, and that certainly helps. Keeping a close eye. I'm sure he may put the green light on when they feel it could be a breaking ball situation.
There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw down, and it's offline. And a steal for McKinstry. That's his 5th on the year and 3rd of the night for the Tigers.
But he gets the strikeout, which is good. I mean, that is a breaking ball down. Gallagher comes up and makes a, got rid of it quickly, but the throw was up and away, knowing that he had a good jump. So pulled him off the bag, and that's the 3rd stolen base and the 5th for McKinstry this year. So they now have 23 as a team.
6 strikeouts for Shane Bieber, and Javier Baez goes wailing away. One ball and 2 strikes on Baez. Even with the clock ticking, Shane Bieber trying to give his catcher an extra second or 2 to gather himself after that foul ball nicked Gallagher. Back to even at 2-2. Baez came in with a hit in 18 of his last 20 games. He has just been on an incredible surge.
Slider away, keep it off the dish. There you go.
Struck him out. He went fishing for it.
He's going to go fishing every time up. You can't give in. You keep it around the zone, he can hurt you, but you keep it out of it and get ahead of him, he'll do fine.
Best coverage in the game. Check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, there's a nice breaking ball down and in. Comes a slider, and now a changeup to the lefty. Beautiful, nicely done. Down in the zone. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk today.
And Nick Maton, that's the pitch he struck him out on earlier, and he starts him with it this time. That knuckle curveball.
It's the most we've seen it probably all season long, Matt, where he's aggressively gone to it. And it starts with that fastball. In Baez last night, we talked about it. He came in going 6 consecutive games without striking out. That was the longest of his season. Now he struck out 3 of his last 5 at-bats.
Expand his zone.
Yep.
Don't throw him strikes.
A little bit same with Maton, right?
Yeah. You get ahead of these guys, you can put them away. I mean, that's where you expand. That's the youth in this guy. Baez, he's always been that way.
Why you would go up and look to try and hit his curveball first pitch and then swing at it again second pitch is
doing him a favor.
way beyond me.
Well, then they dropped another one to see how bad he wanted to hit.
And he struck him out looking. Breaking ball locked him up. 8 Ks for Shane Bieber.
At just $85, you can choose from 4 different theme packs, including weekends. And new this year, a 6-pack in the Discount Drug Mart club seats. Awfully nice.
Miles Straw to lead off. Bottom of the 5th inning. And Michael Lorenzen starts him with a slider for strike 1. Straw, Will Brennan, and Cam Gallagher for Cleveland here in the home half of the 5th inning. Guardians scored a run on the first on back-to-back hits by Kwan and Rosario, and then Jose Ramirez brought Kwan home with a sacrifice fly. Since then, they have just 1 hit, and that was a 1-out, make it a 2-out single by Ahmed Rosario in the 3rd inning. But not surprising when you consider that Lorenzen is coming off maybe his best outing of the season. Last start Wednesday against the Mets.
Yeah.
Almost a spotless 7 innings of work. Gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run. He threw 96 pitches. 67 of those were strikes.
Well, he's doing the same thing again here tonight. 43 of his 54 pitches have been for strikes. Giving up 3 hits. And 2 of those 3 came in the 1st inning. That's how the Guardians scored. Sacrifice fly after a Kwan double, a Rosario single, sac fly, and that's been it. Giving up that 1 single to Rosario, like he said.
And a fastball strike, bottom of the zone to Brennan. And a line drive, base hit right field. Will Brennan got a slider right there at the bottom of the strike zone. He's dropped the barrel in.
He's a low ball hitter. You go down and he can go get it. And that was down at the lowest part of the strike zone, and watch him go down and get it. That's where he likes it. They've been keeping it upstairs about on the belt or above. They keep it down there. He gets a base knock.
1 on 1 out for Cam Gallagher. Brennan is running, and a ground ball to short. They don't get the out at second. They do get the out at first.
I'll tell you what, he's lucky, because he should be sliding going in there. He was up, and it's a good thing, or it could have been a double play.
You don't see many 6-4-3 putouts at first.
He goes down there and he just does get in, but anytime there's a question, you better slide. They get the out at first. You see, it's harder to stop and you're slowing it down. So he does get the foot in there. So they get the second out.
Stephen Kwan with an RBI opportunity. That's important because he's done a really good job. Has 10 hits with runners in scoring position on the year. But when you're the leadoff man at the bottom of the order, doesn't get on base and create opportunities, you don't get many chances like this. And a ground ball. Oh, what a play by Baez.
Oh,
he
my
just
goodness.
robbed Kwan of a hit, and he saves a run for Detroit. So that'll end the 5th inning. And it remains 1-0 Cleveland on a dazzling gem by Baez. It's been 1-0 Cleveland since the 1st inning. And Shane Bieber starts the 6th, facing Spencer Torkelson, who singled his last time up. The 1-1. And that's foul. Stuart Rose of West Virginia is here tonight, celebrating his 90th birthday. Brought his grandson with him, and he's here at the ballpark. Stuart raised his family here in Cleveland before he retired and moved down to West Virginia.
Happy birthday.
The 1-2. Just threw the bat out and punches it into center field for a leadoff single. Tigers have had a hit in all but 1 inning tonight, and that was the 5th when their leadoff man reached on an error.
Well, I'll tell you what, Baez at the end of the inning, what a play this was. Stole a run from the Guardians, and he got up, and you hit the ground as a shortstop and does 360 to turn. Man, that's unbelievable.
He turned
play.
the opposite way most
yeah,
guys
I know.
turn. You
no,
know
you
I
would
mean?
think you'd turn the other way. He turned inside out.
You always say the players will tell you. You should have seen this dugout. They all go, oh my. Like that was, when you impress other big leaguers, that's a heck of a play.
That was a heck of a play.
I mean, every infielder said, let me see that again. They didn't want to go out. They wanted to see the play again.
Akil Baddoo is 2 for 2, 2 singles. And a ball in the dirt blocked by Gallagher.
Nice job keeping it in front.
Shane Bieber 63 out of 93 pitches for strikes. There is action in the Cleveland bullpen as he closes in on 100 for the night. And a ball up the middle and through, and Baddoo is 3 for 3.
Well, that guy came in here and he has 3 hits, and we saw him last night. It didn't look like he was swinging it worth anything. But you come back and and Shane's been dealing tonight. That might have been the changeup.
Yeah, I think it was.
Might have been the changeup right there, and he found the hole.
Well, Rick, it hasn't been easy for Shane, but it's like he's just been unflappable out there. You mean, even though there have been base runners and guys in scoring position. Popped up right side out of play. I mean, I know you kind of come to expect it from the Cy Young winner, the veteran, the leader of the staff, but it's still impressive nonetheless to watch him go out there, and maybe he doesn't have his A+ stuff, and yet you wouldn't know it.
Only 1 hit from the first 4 hitters, and then you get to Torkelson, Baddoo, and Vierling. I mean, they've got 5, 6 hits.
He's got 8 strikeouts, and he's ahead of Matt Vierling 0-2. Vierling was rung up his last time up, and he'll take a 2-strike timeout. Gallagher with a good block. James Karinchak getting ready. In fact, he's probably just waiting for the call. Just how far over 100 pitches they decide to let Bieber go tonight might be dependent on how this at bat turns out.
He's not going to give in.
He
there it
went
is.
too far and strikes out. That's number 9 for Shane Bieber.
He never gives in to that hitter. He's, you know, you look at the sequence here, and you get ahead of him, fastball in, come right back and get it away, and then he bounces one, and then he's going to come back again. That was even worse, but he ended up getting the swing on that one because hitters, they don't want to take. They think they're going to throw a strike.
Cam Gallagher goes out to talk with Bieber. Shane is at 98 pitches on the night. He went 103 in that start against the Marlins here back on April the 22nd, and that was only in 5 2/3 innings. So Tito's probably figuring, look, he's at the bottom part of the order. He's got a chance to maybe navigate his way through this.
Matt, the scariest thing is this may be the hitter on the Tigers that you kind of circle with the way he's been swinging the bat. How do you want to attack him?
Well, that's why they're talking right now. I'm telling you, because you don't want to give in. You've got Rogers, who you can handle at the bottom. He struck him out in a little ground ball to shortstop. This is the guy you got to be careful with.
Hit one to the warning track in center field his last time up.
See, he expands. He wants to hit. He wants to drive in that run. So now they can, you know,
it's amazing. Guys hit the ball better than anybody else. Still aggressive when you get a guy in this situation.
Well, you see that run out there, you know, if you can get a base hit, you can tie the game up. Hitters, you know, they get geared up and they want to do more. And sometimes you lose your patience.
Now it's 1-1. And Shane hits 100 pitches for the night.
Gallagher has done a heck of a job keeping the ball in front of him when the ball's in the dirt tonight.
And with Shane Bieber, you know that's going to be job one. Broken bat roller to Jimenez. They get one there. And turn! An inning-ending double play. Shane Bieber's night ends with a twofer. 9 strikeouts and shutout baseball through 6 innings here in Cleveland. A job well done by Shane Bieber. Gets congratulations from pitching coach Carl Willis. Don't forget the series wraps up tomorrow. 1 o'clock series finale as Peyton Battenfield goes up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Guardians Live begins our coverage tomorrow at 12:30. Presented by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. Now Ellis Burks will get you ready. A parade of left-handers after tonight.
True. For what, next 4 games here, yes.
Eduardo Rodriguez to finish the series tomorrow, and then left-handers to start Friday and Saturday for the Angels. Didn't see a starter for Sunday in the Guardians notes.
But we hear it's a left-hander.
They're just going to go find a guy.
Well,
hey, you left-handed? Come on.
Yeah, Ohtani's pitching tonight. They're in Houston, and he pitches on
every 6 days.
6 days, yeah. Right? So he'll be like Monday, and they have Thursday off.
How about this? Ahmed Rosario with his 3rd hit of the night. He's going for 2. Vierling's throw is in time. Tagged him on the backside. And so Rosario trying to stretch it. Let's see, do they challenge it?
It's a great tag by Baez.
Well, that was a good throw, too,
Yes,
to get it in
was.
here. I mean, because he had 2 strikes. And I mean,
it looked like he was going to be safe.
Vierling just comes in and fired a seed. And look at that.
Ooh.
But see, Baez is the one that made that play.
Yes,
he
did.
got out there and he followed him right to the bag. He was in great position and the ball got him. And I mean, he just barely got him.
I know, it's really close.
He just barely got him.
He's got very quick hands.
And now Jose Ramirez is swing and a miss. Unfortunate that he ends up getting thrown out, but there is a silver lining.
Yes, there
He's
is.
3 for 3 tonight.
And he just started Jose with another changeup, Matt.
Well, but at that time, you see, he got him with the fastball last time, and I think he was looking for it again. But he threw him with the changeup.
Baez is right up the middle on that imaginary line. He's talking to the second base umpire, Vic Carapazza, but I mean, if you look, and maybe it's because we're off center a little bit from our vantage point, but he is right almost behind the bag at second. And Ramirez sends one to left, but Badu puts that away, 2 down. Let's get a word now from Cleveland Clinic.
Get the care you need when and where you need it. Visit clevelandclinic.org/access. Cleveland Clinic is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Cleveland Guardians.
How about that? You want to talk about pitching from in front? 20 out of 22 for Michael Lorenzen. That's pretty darn good. Holy smokes. Boy, he had to hurry. He just beat the clock on that one. Yeah, he's been in that zone all night long. Only 15 balls tonight.
I don't know about you, but I'm sore just listening to him grunt for the last hour and a half.
That Nolan Ryan used to be like that when he'd pitch. You'd hear it a lot. But he threw pretty hard too.
Yes, he did. Now in the dirt, 2-2. Naylor rolls one over to second base. And we go to the 7th. It's still Cleveland 1, Detroit nothing.
inning. Let's head to Baltimore. Orioles taking on the Rays. Ken Ganley, Kia game break. Adley Rutschman, see you later to right field. A 2-run homer breaks a 1-1 tie at the time. That was his 5th home run of the season. Made it 3-1 O's. It's now 4-2 O's against the Rays. Top of the 5th inning in Baltimore. Matt and Rick.
All right, thanks, Al. James Karinchak on to pitch the 7th inning here for Cleveland. Takes over for Shane Bieber, who pitched 6 shutout innings on the night. Karinchak has Jake Rogers, then the top of the order. 19th appearance on the year.
Yeah, right-handers this year off Karinchak hitting just 118. They're 4 for 34.
For the moment, Karinchak once again moves into a tie with Emmanuel Clase.
That's going to go head
for the most appearances on the year, but every time he comes into the game, Clase usually follows. Oh man, that was a good fastball. Inside corner. 2-2. Jake Rogers struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. And he went chasing a high heater, no match. Our Miller Lite moment. Shane Bieber, 101 pitches on the night.
Yeah, and he was 68% strikes tonight. He was outstanding. He had a great breaking ball. 9 strikeouts. Ended it with a double play to finish it off. And there you go. They gave him one early, and he held on to it. He did a great job to turn it over to the bullpen.
He did a great job because he didn't have a 1-2-3 inning, so he had traffic. He had to pitch in and out of trouble, and he held the Tigers to 1 for 10 with a runner in scoring position. And that's how you navigate your way through.
Absolutely.
And you know what, Rick? We always talk about sometimes pitchers know, like, hey, I need a strikeout here. I can't let him put the ball in play. Or he had 19 swings and misses tonight. So he knew when he had to make a nasty pitch, he could get them to swing and miss.
Yeah, because he didn't give in. But he was ahead in the zone, or ahead in the count. It seemed like all night long, so he could make them expand their zone. That's what makes him so good, and he never gives in once he gets ahead of you.
Karinchak, wow. That was called a ball, and it's 3-1. Other side of the plate, you get a little more leeway. And that's where Gallagher's setting
That's
up.
where they're going. But he missed.
And a word now from Spectrum One.
Spectrum One is fast, secure, and reliable. Internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi and a free mobile line. Restrictions apply. Visit Spectrum.com for details.
Riley Green.
Let's see if McKinstry runs. He's stolen 4 out of 5. They have 3 bags already on the day.
He got one earlier. He's 5 out of 6 now.
Oh, he did? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got a feeling he's running.
I do too. You can run Karinchak. He's slow to the plate.
AJ Hinch he's waited long enough. And you know they have 3 steals already on the night, but they probably feel like they've got to try and force the issue. High fastball swung through it. Lays off the curveball. And it's 2-1. Just missing. 3 balls and a strike.
Back-to-back walks on the lefties.
Out comes Carl Willis. In a 1-run game, no margin for error. And they know this all too well because it has been an all too familiar pattern.
Well, Carl, he'll go out there and have his say. He knows that, you know, anytime you give free passes, it hurts. But they're back at the top of the lineup now, coming into the meat of their lineup, even though he's got a right-hander. And you can see, I'm sure that the big man, Sam, will be ready for Maytown, I would think, the left-hander. He looked like he was already ready out there. He's checking out the lineup.
Baez was not going to spot him. After walking the first or back-to-back hitters, he was going after the first pitch.
Well, he figured he was going to get a fastball. You know, he's not going to start him off with a breaking ball to miss with it. And he, you know, he got ahead with a fastball, but he had a healthy cut.
Oh, man, nice curveball. And now it's 0-2.
Now you can expand. Here you just got to be careful if you're Gallagher and you call for that curveball. Should it go in the dirt, you just got to keep it in front of you.
Swung on and missed. He struck him out on 3 pitches.
Yeah, quick work of Baez right there. You give him a fastball for strike 1, and then you're going to get a couple of breaking balls, which is, there you go. Inside, he fouled it off, had a good cut, takes the curveball, and chases the curveball. They pitched him beautifully today. He's gone down 3 times.
We've got a timeout for a pitching change. Left-hander Sam Hentges coming on when we come back. Cleveland Guardians baseball brought to you by Chevrolet. Check out their award-winning lineup at your local Chevy dealer. Union Home Mortgage, promises kept. And SumaCare. Build your own medical advantage plan with SumaCare. Call or go online. New pitcher is Sam Hentges. Big left-hander coming on for Cleveland with 2 on and 2 out here in the 7th inning. Just his 2nd appearance on the year. And Eric Haas will pinch hit for Nick Mayton. For Haas, he is 1 for 3 on the year as a pinch hitter. And a curveball in there.
How about that? You come out of the chute and he hits 2 breaking pitches in the zone. You're going up there looking for a fastball. And next thing you know, you're down 0-2, so he might be able to expand this strike zone as well.
Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Boy, Sam Hentges, razor sharp, coming out of the bullpen to slam the door. New FanDuel customers get $150 in bonus bets on your first $5 bet. Don't download the FanDuel app and make every moment more. Josh Bell fouls one back on the fastball. Michael Lorenzen just over 80 pitches. Pitching into the 7th inning. Stephen Kwan led out the bottom of the first with a double down the left field line. Ahmed Rosario singled to right field, sending Kwan to third, and then Jose Ramirez brought him home with a sacrifice fly for the only run of the game. Tigers attempted to tie the game in the 3rd inning on a base hit with 2 outs to right field, but Will Brennan threw out Javier Baez at home plate, and I mean, he literally got him by an inch. The tag.
Yeah.
Gallagher applied the tag just before Javier Baez tried to get that finger to the backside of home plate, and he just, by maybe an inch, missed the backside of the dish.
Oh, heads up in the dugout, boy. That was very late on that one.
Big bouncing ball up the middle. Backhanded by McKinstry and throws him out. Well, the injury report tonight brought to you by the attorneys at Elk and Elk. And key injury for Atlanta. Left-hander Max Fried. We don't know how serious this is. That'll bring up Andres Gimenez.
He hasn't caught in between his changeup and fastball tonight.
Arch, I was just going to say to you, he's doubled up on fastballs or changeups all night on him.
He's got him caught in between.
Yeah, and it's almost like he knows it. He's gone high heaters and then changes away.
Well, I noticed in that Naylor at bat last time up, he changed up and then the fastball, and he fouled him off. Then he took him off a couple of sliders and then finished him off with the changeup. So he's mixed his pitches well. He's got him caught in between.
Yes, he's had a really good mix.
And he's been pounding the strikes. On 72 of his 92 pitches have been strikes. So you have to pick a pitch. You're either going to sit on the changeup or sit on the fastball. And his changeup has probably been his best pitch, and he's spotted his fastball very well.
I was going to say, it's almost like they're not picking up the changeup right away either. Is why he's had so much success.
Lorenzen with a 1-2 pitch. High fly ball. Right center field. Vierling makes the catch. 2 down. And a word now from SumaCare.
I built my own Medicare Advantage plan with SumaCare.
Introducing Jade HMO with Beneflex. Exclusively from SumaCare.
Here is Miles Straw, 0 for 2 on the night. Michael Lorenzen closing in on 100. 97 pitches, 76 of those have been strikes. And a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 8th. 1-0 Cleveland.
Well, come down to the ballpark when the Guardians take on the Angels this Saturday, and 10,000 fans will receive a Gold Glove trophy for one of the Guardians' 4 Gold Glove winners.
Sam Hentges delivers to Spencer Torkelson, and that's out of plate on the right side. And just struck out Eric Haas to end the 7th inning with a couple of Tigers on base. Stays on to start the 8th inning. Trevor Stephan getting loose in the Cleveland bullpen. Slow hook misses down low. Torkelson tonight 2 for 3. 2 singles. Giving him 3 hits in the series and 10 hits in his last 7 games. Right field. Pretty well hit. Brennan back. It's over his head. Short hops the wall. Straw's there to back it up. Torkelson into second base with a leadoff double. His 3rd straight hit in the game.
Well, Spencer Torkelson did a good job at counting his favor, looking for that fastball away. He got it. That was right down the middle, 96. But look at him stay back on it. He line drive over the head of Brennan in right, and it ricochets off that wall, but Straw hustles over. Not that you're going to do anything. That's a double, his 8th of the season, and there's the tying run in scoring position.
Now another pinch hitter. This is Jonathan Schoop. 2nd pinch hitter in as many innings for the Tigers. Schoop, the 11-year veteran. Just 56 at bats so far on the year for Schoop. And he's 2 for 5 as a pinch hitter. And he socks one to center. It's deep. Straw back. Runs it down. Oh, what a play by Miles Straw. And Torkelson has to retreat. He's got his hands on his hips at second base. He can't believe it.
That is bad base running right there. He has got to go back, because even if it gets over the head of Straw, he's going to score. Look at him. He's 3/4 of the way down. You got to go tag up there. It's a 1-run ball game. But Miles Straw, whoa, he outran it. What a play he made. That was a heck of a play. I mean, at least he should have tagged up, and that hit would have felt better. But everybody else is happy on that Guardians uniform, and I would be too.
Terry Francona's going to go back to the bullpen. Trevor Stephan coming on when we come back. Well, in a 1-run game, you better play good defense, and they have. Will Brennan throw out Javier Baez. Otherwise, that would have tied the game. And then just moments ago.
Just outruns the baseball. Beautiful job and a nice catch. They made a mistake on base running there, but it doesn't matter. They're still in scoring position, but they get the first out. and trying to get out of this inning. Trevor Stephan will be the one trying to do it.
Matt Vierling, 1 for 3 on the night, is the batter. Trevor Stephan coming out of the bullpen and a breaking ball strike. Sixteenth appearance on the year for Stephan. Center field. Straw again going back. This time,
yeah, he's
more of a routine catch. Tagging on his way to third and getting in there safely is Spencer Torkelson, but now there are 2 down.
He's a hitter too late.
Stepping in now for the Tigers, number 77, Andy Ibanez.
Andy Ibanez, 0 for 3. He backs away from a backup slider that's in for a strike. Tying run 90 feet away. Stephan. Straighten him up with a high fastball. Northern Ohio Buick dealer stat. Tigers just 1 out of 14. Look at the opportunities, though. 14-2. Bouncer to third. It's a fair ball. Ramirez with the throw on the money. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 1-0 Cleveland. Copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Guardians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. Still 1-0. The only run of this game was scored in the first inning. On the pitch, the bottom of the 8th, Jose Cisnero. 14th appearance on the year. Michael Lorenzen, the Tigers starter, went 7 innings. Gave up just 1 run on 5 hits. Did not walk a batter. I don't know if he threw enough balls to walk a batter tonight.
That's true.
Threw 98 pitches, and I think all of them were strikes. That's the way it felt.
Yeah, that's the way it was. He did not walk anybody. But Scope goes in at second base. McKinstry moves out to left field. And he'd sure like to get an insurance run here.
Will Brennan leads off, and a fastball strike from Cisnero as Emmanuel Clase gets ready in the Cleveland bullpen.
Cisnero is this is the 20th time he has appeared against the Guardians in his career.
Will Brennan singled his last time up. And a ground ball single into left field for Will Brennan. Boy, I wanted to call it a single earlier, Rick, but after watching Baez rob Kwan earlier tonight, I had to hold it for a beat there because I wasn't sure if he was going to dive in the air and make another crazy play.
Well, he kept that one down and stayed on it and took it the other way.
You've been El Mago. He's the magician, and he's in your head now, too.
Yeah.
Good night for Brennan.
It'll be an even better night if they can get him home from first somehow here, as Cam Gallagher squares and takes ball one. Again, he squares, tried to bunt it up the first base side, but it's foul. Guardians have already played a major league leading 17 one-run games. Closest teams to them, Seattle and Cincinnati, who've played 14 one-run affairs, but 17 games already decided by one run for Cleveland. There goes Will Brennan. Throw down to second base is not a bad one, and an even better slide by Brennan, and he gets a pat on the helmet from Javier Baez, who appreciated the nifty slide by Brennan. Did you see how Rogers got? It's almost like he buggy whipped this throw down to second.
Well, he had to. He had to reach behind him, and he had to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And Brennan goes to the outside part of the base, and that was the right thing to do. And he pulled that hand back on Almago, and he got the right hand in on the backside.
Little sleight of hand. Rogers makes the grab, and Gallagher can't get him over to third. It's a good job by Cisnero. They always tell you when a guy squares around the bunt, throw it up and in. He threw it right at him. Steven Kwan, 1 for 3 on the night. Kwan looked like he had a hit with a runner in scoring position back in that 5th inning, and that's when Baez just flat out robbed him. One and one. Yeah.
He did snag it. Now he caught it. It didn't hit the ground. Nice play. Barehanded. A little chilly tonight.
The 2-2. And that's up and away. Full count. Ahmed Rosario, who has 3 straight hits in the game, waits on deck. And the payoff, strike 3 called.
Yeah, he locked him up on the inside corner. That was a good pitch. I think Steven was looking away. And that ball had some comeback to it too. I mean, that had movement, so that locks up a left-hander at times, and he wasn't in there any part of the at-bat until that 3-2 pitch and made a perfect pitch.
The red-hot Ahmed Rosario couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball. Takes it for a strike. He singled to right field in the first. He singled up the middle in the third. And singled again to right field. Tried to turn that into a double in the 6th inning, but was thrown out. A bang play at second base. Off to the right and into the seats it goes. That goes to the backstop. I don't know how Ahmed got out of the way. I'm not sure he knows either.
No, I know it. You saw how he pulled those hands back. It was close. That ball, it's running in too. But he barely gets out of the way. Almost like it almost caught a part of his jersey as well as he's jumping out of the way. But it gets off the glove of Rogers. It'll be a wild pitch.
And now Brennan comes down the line in foul territory at third base, and Rosario shoots one to deep right field. Back goes Vierling. It's over his head. Up against the wall. Brennan scores. Ahmed on his way to third. He's 4 for 4 on the night. His third triple of the year, and the Guardians' lead is now 2-0. He has tied Bobby Witt Jr. for the league lead in triples.
Boy, big hit at this time. He gets the fastball and shoots it to right and over the head of Vierling. And he came close, but no cigar. And Ahmed just keeps running all the way around to third. And there's your insurance run. And A.J. Hinch going back to the bullpen.
Circle it, May 9th. Ahmed Rosario is alive and well. And the Guardians' lead is 2-0. Shot it through the right side.
That's the first pitch he saw on that at bat. Hit a couple of breaking balls and then staying back. Going to right field. Look at the swing, shortening it up. He was thrown out at second on that base hit, but he pounds this one to right field. Bounces over the head of Vierling, gets into third base. It's the third triple. And you know, when he gets one early, he can keep it going, and he certainly did tonight. Big RBI here in the 8th inning to give him a little breathing room.
Josh Naylor is the batter. They intentionally walked Jose Ramirez before they made the move to the bullpen. Tyler Alexander on to face Naylor. Josh 0 for 3. Last year, Ahmed Rosario had 5 4-hit games. 2 years ago, he had 6 4-hit games, so there may be more to come.
I'm sure there will be.
Off the plate, Baez gathers and throws, and the inning is over. But tonight it's been the Ahmed Rosario show. 4 hits, a triple, a run batted in, 2-0 Guardians. Bring on Clase. Guardians Live postgame presented by Toyota comes your way next. Ellis Burks will break this one down alongside Al Pawlowski. Right now they need 3 more outs to even the series, with the rubber match tomorrow afternoon. Emmanuel Clase looking for his league leading 13th save on the year. He'll have Jake Rogers, and then the top of the order, Zach McKinstry and Riley Green. Rogers 0 for 3 on the night. Will lead it off. It's kind of weird. The clock is ticking down, but I'm not sure.
Well, he held it for a while.
Yeah, Jerry
we got
Lee.
to 20.
Swing and a miss. 98-mile-an-hour cutting fastball past Jake Rogers for strike one. Off to the right and out of play. It's 0-2. Two-strike pitch upstairs. And a weak tapper right back to Clase. He drops it, recovers, and just did throw him out, one away.
Stepping in now for Detroit is the leadoff hitter, number 39, Zach McKinstry.
Well, you get it, and he didn't panic. Falls out of the glove, but he picks it right back up and throws him out and gets the out.
Back to the top of the order, Zach McKinstry, 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Swings at the first pitch and a liner in the left. Tigers have had a hit in all but 2 innings tonight, but they've had at least 1 base runner in every inning. And this is what they did last night. Just they kept the pressure on all night long. Cleveland's pitching tonight, though, has been incredible. It's the old bend but don't break defense. Riley Green has walked twice and singled. In the air to left. Kwon. 2 down. And that'll bring up Javier Baez. Interesting matchup here because Clase throws a lot of strikes.
Yeah, but he's got a little on it, though, where he can ride it upstairs. He likes to get after it.
Right back by him. Jimenez, book it. Clase with his league-leading 13th save of the year. And the Guardians hang on for a 2-0 win. They even the series at a game apiece. And they go to 17-19 on the season, while the Tigers fall to 16-19 on the year, and the Guardians move back in front of Detroit now by a half game. Shane Bieber, the winner, he's 3-1 on the year, and what a job he did. 6 shutout innings of work. And then James Karinchak, Sam Hentges, Trevor Stephan, and of course Clase nailed it down.
Yeah, you have to do it. They scored that 1 in the first. And then they were able to tack 1 more on in the 8th, but that pitching was something special again tonight. And if that offense is still going to be a little tight and stingy, got Rosario going, that's for sure tonight. That's the nice thing to see. But you win a game 2-zip, let's go. I mean, that's fine. You don't talk offense, you talk pitch.
15th game of the year, 2 runs or less. But this one's in the win column.
Yeah.
We'll be back with some final thoughts from Progressive Field right after this.